Victor. Finally, the stars have aligned.
The stars, Jupiter, Saturn.
The stars have aligned. You're here. You're finally here. We're actually.
You're finally.
We're actually doing it now.
You're finally here.
I felt like this was never gonna happen. Just so everyone watching knows and everyone listening, I've been trying to do this interview with this guy for since the beginning of COVID.
Yeah,
since the beginning of quarantine. We were trying to do this. We did it early, but it didn't go that good, and something malfunctioned with the camera. So
Jimmy fucked up.
The camera overheated, so I didn't get the whole video. So we had to redo the whole interview. But it's actually better because there's a lot more I want to talk about, and I think a lot more you should say,
Yeah.
But before we even get into that, it was just how you been, man? What you been up to?
Chill.
Let's just ease our way into this one. We don't have to rush into it. You know what I mean?
Recap on the day.
Yeah, no, just on life. The reason why, when we were talking about it in the car earlier, and one of the reasons I really, really vibe with you is because we have a similar upbringing.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to glorify life, and I'm not trying to claim to be anything like a gangster or anything like that. But you did grow up around that stuff, and so did I, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We both kind of come from families that have been around that. We were raised around that kind of lifestyle, you know what I mean? I mean, your family's from Pico Rivera, that area, right?
Yeah, somewhere, yeah. They're around La Puente.
Oh, like La Puente area.
Yeah, but.
And then my family is from Colton, San Bernardino area. And growing up, it was very normal to see all that shit, all the stuff that people, I don't know, think is cool and that they see from movies and TV, and all the things that actually knowing now is people are afraid or they think is crazy. Dang, you've seen that, or your parents did that, or your dad did that. What, I just see some crazy shit growing up, and I thought it was normal. You know what I mean? I thought all that shit was normal. It becomes normalized when you grow up into it. Yeah. It's imagine a kid growing up in, I don't know, the fucking Amazon jungle, and they're used to seeing their tribe eat other tribes. Imagine that you grow up eating another tribe, cannibalism, right?
Yeah.
Imagine seeing that. Imagine that would be normal if you grew up thinking that, oh yeah, we eat people. That's normal shit.
Oh yeah, pass the leg.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That shit is. That's all I'm saying. It's when you grow up and you're born into certain situations, it becomes normal. So you don't think of it any other way. You don't know any better. Kind of ignorant to that, And growing up, I saw a bunch of Chicanos, cholos and gangsters around me, and I thought that's what was normal. I thought that was normal.
Yeah.
I thought it was normal.
Everyone went through that.
Yeah, I thought everyone was you never see your cousins or your family get into fights with people or try to stab people or have shootouts or fucking
chase motherfuckers in cars.
Yeah, all that crazy shit. That's not. You never seen that? I always thought that shit was just a normal thing. I'd hear them talk about it all the time and tell stories all the time, and I was like, oh, that's fuck crazy. That's whatever. I guess that's normal. And then then I moved. You go to a different area, and then where it's not normal. And when you tell them these things, they give you this crazy look. Remember the first time I told someone that I saw my dad stab somebody?
Damn.
And they looked at me and I was and I was young.
Yeah, it's
and I was what? Your dad doesn't stab people? You know what I mean, though? I thought it was a normal thing, Talking about it now, I'm pretty sure people are listening. I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy. But, or these fools are crazy. But it's
we just grew up.
I think
crazy shit.
Whoever's listening and is growing up in the same area, same situations, they understand. They know what's up.
Yeah, that's normal to them too.
It's normal to them too, you know. But if you're not, and you're not from that area, and that's why I want to talk about it, because it's like we grew up around it, but I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
From that.
And it's like a lot of people don't grow up around that, and they want to be in that lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I always thought that was strange. Like when I like moved and I like went to live with my grandma, she lives in a really nice area, and I was like, I'm very thankful for that, because that probably helped a lot of change in my life. But the kids around that area, they really, really wanted to be involved in that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
They wanted it so bad, bro. And I would be like, why? They live in these nice 2-story houses. They're rich. They got cars. Their parents buy them whatever they want.
Fools want to go to jail.
And we barely even have anything to eat. Like, you know what I mean? We're poor and struggling and
gotta
shit.
eat fucking tortilla with
Gotta sleep on the floor. I grew up sleeping on the floor most of my life. You know what I mean? Like, it was okay. That's why I'm so fine with it when I travel.
Yep.
It's nothing when people were like, oh, well, we don't have much to offer. We just have a bed on the floor, or we don't have a bed. You have to sleep on the floor. I'm like, that's fine with me. Like, that's nothing new, you know. That's fine. At least the only thing that makes it better actually is like now I'm sleeping on the floor in Indonesia, or I'm sleeping on the floor in Philippines. You know, I'm like in a whole different country. That's way cooler than sleeping on the floor in San Bernardino. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, I had bunk beds a couple of times in my life. You know, I slept in beds in my grandma's house, and I had a couple of beds, but there was a lot of years where we slept on the floor as a family, or we all shared one room. You know, I mean, I remember when we moved to Mobile after we finally like we kind of got out of the whole situation with my dad. You know, shit hit the fan. You know, my dad got better later on in life, but during the time it was really, everyone was going through some shit. And then my dad was really, really hitting his peak and like craziness, you know, like, and I'm not talking about crazy, like psychotic crazy. I mean, I guess a little bit of that too, but, but I mean, just like crazy. He was doing crazy shit, you know, just hitting that. And, we kind of got away from that. And in those first years we moved to Mobile, and we all sleeping in, you know, in the living room. We didn't have our own room. We all slept in the living room and fucking, on the floor, and it was normal. It was a normal thing, you know, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? So just from going from that, and then I'm going to these schools and these areas with these people, and they have nice houses and nice cars, and they're like living in a nice area, and I'm like, damn, like I wish we always wanted to know what that was like. We always wanted to know what it was like to have a pool. We never had a built-in pool. We had those blow-up pools that were ass, but we fucking didn't care. We had the water hose. You just spray yourselves with the water hose and play and make mud everywhere. We used to do that shit all the time in the summertime. Yeah, we used to run through the sprinklers. You know, we never had our own pool, and I remember wanting to know what that was like. And then by meeting these kids, and they have their own pool in the backyard. They have a jacuzzi. You know, they got sick ass cars, and they have the latest PlayStation, the latest video game. And like for us, it was like this. When the PlayStation 3 was already out for a while, I still had a PS2. You know what I mean, though? Like
scratched up fucking discs.
Yeah, I still had a PlayStation 2. Like I didn't have a PS3 till way later.
On those motherfuckers.
Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like video games was like everything, just all those cool things. I mean, and it was. But the thing is, I never really was sad about it. Yeah. Like I never was, because I understood. I don't know. It was weird. Like our expectations were so low that we never expected anything. That's why it was like, when we got something, it was like, oh shit, I was happy with anything. I get a fucking the oldest Game Boy, and I didn't care. It was dope. You know, I get the PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 maybe years later, but I didn't care. It was like, fuck, at least I got it. I got that shit. I got that shit now. You know, I was happy. So then when we did get something that was like nice and of the times, and it was even more appreciated, you know. And then you got kids and people nowadays who fucking get something and they don't really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this isn't even the newest one. This shit is old. It's like 2 years old or something. Like, yo, what the fuck? But you didn't even have anything before that. Like, you should be happy, you know? I don't know. That kind of shit annoys me, but that's all I'm saying, you know. We were just talking about this in the car, and my dad, even my father, even my dad didn't glorify it. He would talk about it, he would tell stories, but I don't think he would always say it too, like, I'm not trying to glorify this shit. But my dad was already a creature of habit by then. You know, he grew up into that life even way crazier than I did, because, yeah, we were around it, but we weren't in it. And my dad was straight in it from the beginning, you know, big time. Did a lot of crazy shit with, and even further than that, it was like generations after generations. Because even after that, after my dad, it was my grandpa on my dad's side, and he was in it, you know. And then my dad grew up around that, and then my dad grew up eventually fighting my grandpa, you know. Like, they had, I guess I heard a story the time they had a shootout at each other. They were shooting at each other and shit, and Colton in front of, yeah, bro, like crazy shit. These fools are. So, like, you know what I mean? They had a crazy ass relationship, my grandpa and my dad. And then, you know, think about that, growing up like that, growing up fighting each other and beating each other up and then shooting at each other. That was like where my dad came from, you know? And then we get raised, and so it's like generation, you know? And we get raised around that shit, but not as crazy as my dad. But my dad was already so, like, it was so built into him, you know? That, like, I don't think there was much change that could have went on, but, like, he just knew that what he could do is not inspire or try, like, make someone else walk the same path that he did. And by someone else, I meant, you know, us, or people, like kids that looked up to him, or people that were around him. And by people that looked up to him, I mean my friends, you know, like my friends would come over and talk to my dad and shit. They'd all trip out. My whole crew, everyone would trip out. Like, yo, what the fuck, your family's actually, like, I'm like, see, and I always thought that was weird, because I'm like, that's normal though.
Yeah.
They're always like, what the fuck, your family's crazy. You guys are real gangsters, like, or they're like really, you know.
Yeah, they're boundary.
They're boundaries over here. I'm like, yeah, but like that's weird.
Yeah, that's my family.
Yeah, I just thought it was always normal. See, that's when I really,
like, I'm used to bald heads
and guns and tats and knives and tattoo or fucking whatever, you know, gangster ass fools. Like, I thought that oldies and lowriders and all that shit. Like, that shit was normal, bro. I grew up around that, like, forever. Yeah. So I never thought anything of it. But I knew it was like something different or strange when people, you know, would come over and say something or act that way. And I'm like, okay, I guess, you know? Yeah, but so, you know, that's just kind of, you come from a similar like upbringing though. You know what I mean? That's why I always like clicked with you, because you kind of you always understood. I never even really had to say much. Once I talked to him, we would say stuff, I'm like, damn, he knows what's up. Because you tell me your cousin or your uncles. For you, it's your uncles, and for me, it was like, it was my cousins, like it's my dad's cousins, but I'm my dad's son, so that makes them I'm their second cousin. You know what I'm saying? So I'm their little cousin, and I would always see my dad and his cousins all together, and they were just crazy ass fools, and all of them had crazy stories that they just did some crazy shit, bro. Like, heard some crazy shit that they done, you know. And the reason, another thing is like what we were talking about earlier is like another reason why I don't like I never wanted to go that way, or I'm glad I didn't go that way. And another reason why I don't think is people should want to go that route and live that life is because of the result. You know, here I am years later, and I was looking up to them as a kid, but here I am years later, and then we're reflecting on it. We were just talking about it, like, dang, like a couple of those people that I knew growing up, that I saw growing up at the house all the time, and chilling with my dad and having barbecues and drinking beer and, you know, listening to music. Some of them are dead. A lot of them are dead. Some of them are in jail or prison for life, locked up, or some of them are heavily on drugs, and they're just not the same person anymore. Like a shell of who they used to be, you know? And we used to look at them like, damn, this guy's like a hard ass, like, warrior, crazy motherfucker, like down as fuck, would fuck up anybody, no one would fuck with them. And now he's all crazy and like cracked out and shit. And I don't know, it's just like crazy. And that's that kind of, none of the end results of that life I've seen have been a positive ending, a happy Cinderella ending. You know what I mean? Fools are poor or broke or struggling or just working a normal job and just not doing that gangbanging shit anymore because they got to really work and take care of their families.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got kids and families to take care of, and that life doesn't really support it that way, you know? And that's why I think that's one of those things that these are one of those things that should be said. You know, it's kind of important because if you're someone that's looking up to this shit right now, and you're probably talking shit or whatever, like, oh, these guys are fucking fools, whatever. Trust me, man. I have mad older heads that are probably OGs to you or veteranos to you, and maybe even further than that. If you get locked up or something, they're probably a lot of them probably already put in work that you'll probably hear their name or something, you know. And those same guys are like a shell of what they used to be. That's all I'm saying, because that's what that life does to you. And you ask a really wise fool from a really wise veterano from the hood or from the hoods or from the south side or whatever, and really talk to them, and they'll tell you, like, honestly, like, you know, that life it's not worth it, you know. All the shit that I saw, all the homies, all the primos and fucking brothers that we lost, and people that I never get to see anymore, and, you know, like, it's not really worth it, you know what I'm saying? They'll tell you, like, really wise fools that have been through that shit and that either changed or on a different path now. You know? I'm pretty sure they'll tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's one of those things I definitely wanted to bring up first, you know what I'm saying? Just so we could get a clear understanding of where we're coming from when we talk about this whole subject or this whole thing. Like, this kind of podcast, it's about, I bring in people that I think are interesting. You know what I mean? Everyone's interesting, but that doesn't mean they have to be interesting in the same way. Like, I bring up, a lot of dancers and people who accomplished a lot. You know, or people that are, like, I brought in a gymnast, right? Guys, he accomplished a lot too. So just athletes and shit like that. But Nate, shout out to Nate. He's fucking sick. Stunt guy, crazy parkour guy.
So I'll click this link right here.
or Earthquake, you know, and like he's like a big boy but breaking. So like, you know, dancers and shit, you know, crazy fools that are crazy guys that have just accomplished cool shit. But everyone has a cool story. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't have to be just athletics or sports. Your story is pretty cool, bro. And it's cool in a very inspiring way. You know. Because now everyone listening, knowing what we just told them, how we both come from that background, it was real easy to start going down that path. You feel me?
Yeah, could have been easy as fuck for us.
Yeah, real easy, bro. And I know, like, we took, I mean, at least for me, I took a few steps that way. It's like I took a step, and then I was like, yo, hold up. Then like other things came into my life and kind of affected that, and I was like, nah, maybe it's better just walk this way. You know what I'm saying? I already started taking steps into that place, you know.
Feels like a fucking loop.
And I think we should now's the perfect time to get into the story of what happened to you. I think at that time you were probably starting to take steps in that way. You know what I'm saying? Before all that happened to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that.
Like you guys had a little party crew?
Yeah, it was like a party crew.
Little party crew and shit.
Nothing else more. That shit was fucking wild.
Yes, but I remember at least in San Bernardino, I would go to these parties, and everyone knew kind of like after a while never to go to house parties in San Bernardino, because someone's always getting stabbed. Or there's gonna be a shooting, or fools are gonna get down and fight.
My first party in Pico, there's a fool running with a machete through the party. I was like, fuck it. Like they're drinking MDs and shit, all fucking little ass fool. Fucking
why
middle
was he
school.
chasing someone? Or just running?
Nah, he was just running through.
Just screaming.
Like what the fuck? There's
Just
weird motherfuckers out there.
But I just knew, like, yo, these parties are whack. Like, it's never worth it. You go, you chill for like an hour, and this fools start getting down, fighting.
Yeah,
and everyone started like banging on each other, right? gangbanging on each other. But I remember sometimes it wouldn't even be like real gangs; it'd be little party crew fools banging on each other.
Yeah,
Party crews. And then they start getting down and fighting.
Everyone
and then there'd be the real gangsters there sometimes. So sometimes you got these little party crew guys fighting, and then like the cholos would be there randomly from like real hood, from a real neighborhood, and then they just start getting. They're the crazy ones because like the party crew guys are already doing stupid shit. You know, they already fight each other and maybe sometimes stabbing each other. But if the cholos are there, like the real gangsters, they're really shooting someone, or they're gonna tell someone to bring a gun and shoot somebody.
Oh, yeah, like, fucking jump your ass.
Or jump you, like some really crazy shit. It's gonna escalate like on another level. And I remember seeing that all the time, bro. And I'm talking about going to parties at high school, fucking house parties, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, fuck that. Every time someone would invite me to a party in San Bernardino after that, I was like, bro, it's not worth it. I never have fun.
I never have fun at
any of these parties. How is that fun?
I can imagine San Bernardino, because Pico is fucking, that shit was wild too. But fuck, San Bernardino, that shit is like crazy.
I just don't see how people think that's fun though.
It's not
like,
fun.
yeah, I can't wait to go to the party, and then fools get down and it's like, I never thought that shit was fun. I always thought it was lame. Like, we did not do anything. We didn't get to enjoy the party, get to dance with no girls. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't get to do anything. Like, we got there, we danced for a little bit, and then shit just started getting crazy, you know? And then what happened, like, after having like a few times, I was like, man, it's not even worth it. Every time I would get invited to a party out there, I'd be like, fuck that, I'm not going. Hey, or someone would invite me, like, hey, you want to go to our party over here? And like, nah, where is it at? Nah,
and you're sober too, so you're
I don't
like,
even do drugs.
I'm like, none of
you know
that fucking shit. Yeah.
I mean, I think I drank the most of my life ever was like my senior year, senior year in high school. Like in high school, I drank the most I ever did in my life.
Well, high school,
but
I was just drinking, smoking.
But like, you know, now I'm for sure like I don't do anything. I don't drink or anything. You know what I mean? But yeah, so you were in a little party crew, right? With all these
a little party crew.
So tell the story, man. Tell the story what happened.
Well, all right. It was me. Alright, it started after school, after high school. We all took off to some, we're throwing a party for the homie who's going to start this whole clothing brand called Style 'em. And, so we're going to help him out. We're going to do a bunch of beer runs all over the fucking city, through our city, through Whittier, through all the other cities. And we had like a whole little plan, so we all just like did that. We were following through the plan. Everything went good. And yeah, we went back to the house, got everything ready. Night came, we paid some fools to watch the fucking door. We had our Nas tanks, and yeah, fucking everything started fucking going crazy. And then some fools came in with a Nas tank, and I was just telling my homie, I was like, hey, I thought it was just supposed to be us fucking filling up. And that was like, what the fuck? Goes and hits them up. And I'm right there.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember people used to fight. Drama would always happen
for
Nas
tanks.
Oh,
Nas tanks, bro. Fucking dumb. It's fucking air, bro.
Drama. People would get stabbed for that shit. I mean, well, listen to the story.
Why you gotta kill the story?
Tell the story. But really though, shit would go down for Nas tanks.
Fools would die for that shit.
People would die for Nas tanks.
Fools get shot.
I remember that. I remember that being a big problem too. Every time I saw someone bring a Nas tank in, I'm like, fuck, here we go.
That's what the hood too. The hood tax fools that fucking sell in their hood.
I used to always think that whenever we go to a house party and someone bring a Nas tank in, I'm like, here we go. I already know there's gonna be drama. It's always drama over Nas tanks.
Yeah, Nas tanks and money.
Yeah, continue the story. My bad, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah, you're good. Yeah, the party started. Those fools came, and I seen the homie arguing with them, and they started walking him out, so I walked over there, all fucked up. I was already drunk as fuck. I started, like, I don't know if I fell on the floor or what, but this motherfucker turned around, and he was like, what's up, fool? Where they call you? Where you from?
Oh, so it was like a little cholo.
Yeah, he was from a crew and shit. But
a crew or like a party crew or like a hood?
I don't know. I fucking.
Man, he's asking you where you're from. That's kind. See, but that's the thing. A lot of those guys. That's what I mean. Those guys would bang their party crew.
Yeah.
That's what they would do, shit like that. But they're from a party crew. They're like, where are you from? Like, what party crew I'm from? I thought thought that shit was big.
Yeah, I was like,
whatever, weirdos, yo.
yeah, they said this fool was from a crew and shit. I don't know what crew he said he was from.
Yeah, too close to the mic, yeah.
Oh, that fucking spider. But yeah, that motherfucker hit me up. I was like, fool, I ain't from nowhere, homie. They call me Vic. I took out my jacket, fool punched me in my mouth. And then I remember the homie grabbing me. Those fools rushed that fool. I seen like all my homies just fucking like mob like a wave just coming at those fools, just fucking mobbing them out the fucking door. And the fools that are watching the door weren't even fucking there. They're partying with us. These motherfuckers are like
worst security ever.
20. They're like way older than us too. I was like, motherfuckers are out here and they're supposed to be out there fucking getting our money and shit. All bad. But I was already fucked up, so I didn't care.
Yeah.
And then whatever, fucking those fools rushed them to the front. I fucking broke off the homie, and I ran to the front, and I seen these fools talking and shit, and I was like, fuck that, I ain't gonna go out now like no little fucking bitch.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go out like no bitch. Type shit. I was like, my mindset, like, not to be a bitch, like, fucking trying to make a name for myself type shit. So I fucking ran up behind the homie, jumped over the homies, and I just socked one of them. I socked that fool, me and that fool started getting down. Oh, we all started getting down. Those fools started fucking stomping out those fools underneath their car. And I remember it was just this one fool and me were getting down in the middle of the street by ourselves. And the same day, before I got stabbed, I was benching like 2 plates with the Olympic bar at fucking LA Fitness with my homie Steven at the time. That shit was fucking crazy. And then I get stabbed and that shit. But yeah, me and this fool started getting down. And fucking, I was cracking this fool, and this was flying. I don't even feel like I'm hitting him. I was tripping out. I was drunk as fuck. I was like, what the fuck? And then this fool fucking whips something out, and I just see it glare against the street light. And he hits me in my side, and it felt like a cool little sting, but I didn't give a fuck. I just kept cracking this fool, and this fool turned away and started running. This fool ran. I see my homie George come from the fucking right, chasing that fool with me, and I stopped. And I was like, I'm gonna go back to the party. Fuck it, I'm gonna get drunk. I'm gonna go get some bitches and shit. I'm gonna have a good ass time. And yeah, I start walking back in the party and I'm breathing and I start feeling like my lungs are burning. Like it feels like a spearmint gum like in your mouth. I was just like that cool feeling. It felt in my lungs. And I was breathing. I was like, what the fuck? And I felt air coming out from my side. Like it's like as if like you cut a balloon and it's just leaking out. And I'm like just feeling that shit. And I look down and I see the shirt stuck to my skin. So I go, I touch this shit, I look at it, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? And I didn't even know what to think. I couldn't even lift my shirt. I start fucking wobbling everything. I start wobbling everywhere. And then everything just started going black. Everything started, like, I started fucking losing my sight. I started seeing some crazy shit. I started seeing, I don't know, it looked like, I don't know, from what I remember, it looked like orbs and people. And everything was just going black. And I started walking and my legs were giving out, so I fell on this wooden pole at the homie's house. And then I tried to walk a little bit more and I fell against the brick wall. And then my homies were across from me and were like, what's up, Vic? You're all fucking drunk, huh? And I looked at them and I was just like, fuck. I tried walking to them, I'm stumbling like a motherfucker. My original plan, because I thought I was drunk as fuck, was to go on the side of the house and fucking try to throw up. But if I would have done that, I would have been gone on the spot, and those fools would have found my ass gone. Like, that should have been crazy. That's like a whole different perspective I envisioned. But that, instead, like, I went and tried to find somebody. I found the homie Aaron, I found the homie George. And I stumbled these fools, and these fools are right there just like, what's up, fool? You're all drunk. And I'm like, nah, fool, I just got stabbed. The homie Aaron's like, nah, you didn't. Show me, you're lying. So I go, I lift my shirt. And like I'm shaking the shit while I'm lifting it. I couldn't like lift it properly. And then I lift it all the way to the side. And this fool looks and he's like, that's not real. Puts his finger inside.
Oh shit.
Puts his finger inside and he's like, oh fuck, fool. Fuck.
Put his finger inside his shit,
Johnny,
bro.
fucking Johnny. Fucking Johnny. He was there through the whole thing too, but yeah, fucking that fool fucking pulled it out. He's like, fuck, fool, we need to get you out of here. I remember him, and I think my boy George, I think Forward was there too, the homie Forward. And they fucking grabbed me and put me over their shoulders and started dragging me out. And by the time I looked at the gate, and I just blacked out. And after I blacked out, they said that my body flew into the air and went face first into the concrete. And
damn.
Yeah, after that I was just having out of body experiences.
They said it just flew into the air.
Yeah,
what do you mean? Like you just jolted off of them?
Yeah, I jolted off of them.
So it was like your reflexes in your body just went off out of nowhere?
Yeah, just fucking.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's what I said. Cause I woke up with a fat ass bump in my head, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck happened? That foot did not crack me." Who kicked me? That motherfucker.
They lied, bro. They probably just kicked you on your forehead. Whoever was mad at you, like, yo, fuck this whole big old bunny. Hey, no one tell them that I did that though. No one. You guys don't say shit, alright?
Damn,
He's gonna fuck me up when he wakes up.
Fucking time.
Oh, yeah, you know who it was? You blaming somebody?
Fucking George.
But alright, so you say you start after that. You fell, you hit the thing, and then you say you started having outer body experiences.
Yeah, I started like seeing like myself. Like I started seeing people around somebody, and I don't know. I felt like I seen something through someone else's eyes, and from what I seen was this fool looked and just kept walking, had his beer in his hand and just kept walking. It was like a 12-pack of Modelo. I don't know, it was weird. I don't know if it happened or not.
You saw someone looking at you,
yeah,
but they're holding their beer.
Like they're holding
they're holding a pack,
and they just
and then
kept
you
walking.
saw them look at you
because I felt like he thought like. I don't know how I can say nobody because that sounds crazy.
But you don't know who that was, or you have an idea?
I feel like I have an idea,
who
but
do you think it was?
I don't know. I just don't know.
You said you do have an idea.
I have an idea, but
okay, who?
I thought it was the homie Johnny, but like I don't know if it is because I don't know. I think I was unconscious. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to get you. Like I know you were unconscious, so you obviously weren't looking through the eyes of somebody, but I'm just saying like that you had this vision of looking through someone's eyes. That's kind of crazy, you know.
And like holding like this pack of Modelo's and just walking back in because like from my perspective it seemed like this fool just fucked up on Nas. He's good. He just flopped out.
Yeah.
Type shit like.
That's what you were thinking when you were inside this person's point of view, watching yourself. Yeah, see, that's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Did you ever talk to him about that?
Ask him if you ever. I don't talk to nobody. Like
you never asked him.
Everyone like posted about me and shit for a minute, but then there's people are crazy. People are wild. What they do, it's fucking.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy though. Like, no, that's I didn't know that though. I didn't know you had to.
Yeah.
What else did you see? That's what I want to know. That's kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so, damn. Did you think like? What, your like energy went into him or something?
Something, because that's how I felt. I felt like I was just energy floating. Like when I blacked out, I was just in a black space. Like if you watch Stranger Things, I know a lot of people seen Stranger Things. Have you seen it?
I never watched Stranger Things, no, but I heard of it before. It's like, I mean, don't they have like a Ouija board on the fucking wall or something? It's like made out of letters. Stranger Things, right?
Has
it
has
like
board?
Yeah, it's like letters A, B, C, D, right? Does it have the alphabet on it?
No,
that's not the one that has the alphabet. But the A, B, C, D, and the 1, 2. No,
that's probably a Ouija.
No, but I think it comes from Stranger Things and it's on the wall. But it doesn't look like a Ouija board. But if you think about it, it's actually a Ouija board.
Shit. Fuck.
Is that Stranger Things?
They're making me go off topic.
Okay, so what about Stranger Things? What about Stranger Things? What's your point?
There's this point where the girl, that chick 11, the one that she gets like how to say they run experiments on her. Her dad does, and he puts her in this black space in her mind where it's like water and it's just black and she sees nothing and still
you know what that reminds me of? You ever seen that one movie with that I think it's Peel made? What is it called? It's where the black guy goes to his girlfriend's house, but they turn out to be like these like crazy white supremacists, and they take your
Get Out.
Get Out. Remember when he sinks into the sunken place? Yeah. Remember she's like sink,
that's
and then he sinks and he's in this black area and he just sees a hole and it's her and he's looking through his own eyes, but it's like he's in like a watery black place. Was it like that?
Yeah, it was like that, but it was just like I couldn't like even like feel anything. Like I was just there, like I didn't know what I was. Like at that moment, like for a couple minutes, like I was like, yo, what the fuck? But then I just started forgetting what the fuck happened, where I was, who I was, how I looked. I just started forgetting, and like I felt myself just like drifting off, And all of a sudden, like, I started hearing my mom scream. And I didn't recognize her voice, but I recognized what she calls me. And my mom always calls me puppy and shit. Like, I don't say that shit. But yeah, she calls me that shit. And fucking, I started hearing it and I was like, yo, what the fuck? That's fucking, it just kept sounding familiar the more I heard it. And I heard it crying and I heard it screaming. And I tried to find it because I was like, that doesn't sound like her. It sounded like the homegirl. It sounded like my ex's homegirl. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is that bitch calling me that? I was tripping. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Because I was like, I felt like I was losing myself. Like, I felt like it was just like, because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Yeah. And then, I black out from there. And then I see them putting me into an ambulance. And fucking, after that, I felt myself back, but I felt them, like, fucking with my body. They're cutting my pants. They cut my fucking pants off. They cut all my fucking clothes off. Yeah. Just get me ready for fucking whatever. And fucking,
surgery and shit.
Yeah, because then they put the mask on my face, and the other homie got fucking stabbed, too. They still got stabbed in the back, but not that bad. He didn't get, it's like a little baby wound compared to what they got, like that. Like that. I can't really experience that shit, too, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Hopefully that fool's doing better. But that fool got stabbed too, and I just remember them putting the mask on my face, and I just kept moving. I was like, fuck that, like moving my face, and they're just fucking slamming my face down and just held me. I just knocked out.
It was anesthetics?
Yeah, something.
Anesthesia, like they're like pumping, to put you to sleep?
Yeah, pumping my face with some shit.
Or maybe to give you oxygen, I don't know. Mm-hmm. So what do you remember after that?
It was like, he's all, just let them do it, Vic.
So you just remember hearing all that?
I just remember refusing to do it and not knowing why I'm refusing. And, I blacked out from there. And then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm in a hospital bed. I feel them put me on the hospital bed. And then I just see the lights flashing by. Seeing them all just going by me.
Flashing by?
Yeah, like, you ever seen a movie where motherfuckers, like, fucked up? I don't know if it's in, like, Blade or a couple movies where, like, they're going to hospital and they see hospital lights just flash, like...
Oh, like over their head?
Yeah, and they have, like, no conscience. They can just see it. They can't move their body.
Yeah.
They see, like, people...
So all this shit that they have in the movies, like, a lot of the shit from the movie...
is like...
That's just kind of real?
Yeah,
like, it kind of has some kind of...
real experience type
like,
shit.
It's kind of, like, based off of reality.
Like, Flatliners? Flatliners is pretty on point.
Really?
I would say. Like, when I watched it, I was like, yo, that's how I felt. I felt like I was fucking floating everywhere. But then, like...
I never seen it.
I went to... Like, I don't know. It became different for a minute after that. You gotta watch it. It's fucking crazy. Because, like, what they... cause I felt like natural just energy. I just felt like I was fucking moving everywhere. And then all of a sudden, I just... It starts getting fucking really, like, crazy. But after that, like, I just remember seeing, like, the hospital lights flashing by me. And then I seen the fucking surgery doors open, and I'm a fucking little bitch that comes to surgery. I was like, hell no, I'll never do surgery. Right there, I have no conscience. I have no conscience, so I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fuck, what's gonna happen?
So wait, how do you have no conscience, but you know you're going through surgery?
I'm conscious of what's happening, but I'm not physically intact with my body. Yeah. Like, my body's not working, my body's not operating, so I can't, like, I can't fucking move. I can't.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
That's fucking strange. That's such a oxymoron. That's so, like, what do you call it? Like, I don't know what's the word for it. Contradictory. That's a very contradictory, contradicting statement. You know, like, it contradicts. You're unconscious, but you're conscious of what's going on. But you're unconscious, like you're not there.
Yeah.
So you mean you were unconscious, like you? It's like it's all kind of like a dream or something.
Yeah.
But you were conscious, like, because everything was actually happening. So you remembered all of it.
I remembered everything.
Everything. But then you weren't really
there.
You weren't really there. And for them, did they see you as, like, unconscious, like knocked out?
The surgeons or who?
Everybody, your family and everybody. They saw you just unconscious, like fucked up and gone.
Yeah,
everyone. No, like through all this process, like
everyone was going crazy.
They all thought you were just knocked out and gone, right? But you were just like seeing everything.
A lot of people were crying, thinking I was gonna die. I heard a lot of people were over there fucking crying. Yeah, I flatlined.
Well, talk more about it before you get to that part.
About what, me flatlining?
No, before that. You said you saw the hospital, you saw the lights coming over.
Yeah, I seen the lights, and then after that, I just seen like a bunch of fucking surgery shit, and a bunch of fucking surgeons, and everybody just rushing everywhere, and I just fucking I knocked the fuck out. They put some mask on me and I knocked the fuck out.
So they put another mask on you.
Yeah, they put another mask and they started getting a business. They started ripping my shit up. They started ripping my chest and shit. Fucking using that little machine where they just. It's crazy. I watched videos. I always wanted to see how they did it.
So you looked it up? Yeah, I was like, damn, you remember all that too?
Nah, that's too detailed.
Holy shit, that's fucking terrifying though.
Yeah.
Imagine I think there's been times, like instances where people like were knocked out or under anesthetics, but they were still there, and they like watched their whole surgery.
Yo,
because they're just paralyzed, but they're seeing everything with their eyes.
After I blacked out from that shit, after I blacked out from the anesthetics, probably, I started seeing some crazy shit. Like, I felt like I don't know, like, I was traveling around with somebody. It was weird. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. Like,
with somebody?
Yeah, like, somebody was there with me. I don't know who it was. Maybe a guardian angel or something.
Really? What'd they seem like? What was their
I don't remember how they looked.
Was it like a white,
that's the weird part.
Spirit? Was it like
it was like
aura?
cold.
Was it like a shadow? Like,
I don't remember.
It was cold.
I just felt presence. No. Oh, yeah. Let me bring it back. While all that was going on with me being stabbed before the ambulance came, before the cops came, so my mom got there before everybody, for the cops and the ambulance, and the homie was holding my wound and shit, and he says while he was holding my wound, he felt like the angel of death was behind him, because he got this nasty cold chill behind him, and he felt something just choking him, like trying to get him away from me, just so like, and he was like, he's all, fuck that big, I wasn't fucking leaving, fool. Like, it was crazy. Like, that fool stood there for a minute. I was like, fuck. I don't know if, like, I know he was there, but I was not conscious at all of that shit. And that shit trips me out because they said I was coughing up blood and my eyes were rolled back. And fucking,
that's fucking crazy to see your boy go through that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
that's fucking crazy.
I try to, like, you know, with my little homies and shit, like, I try to pull them, like, I don't try too much, like, I don't try to tell them, like, how to be.
Yeah, but you try to guide them in the right way.
That's
or at least just give them like advice, like, yo, if it was me, I wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, it's my little homies already go through shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
But I wouldn't want that for like any of them. Like, you know, I wouldn't want to hear that type shit because it's crazy. Even with my cousin's brother, he passed away getting stabbed in the heart at like a couple years after mine.
Damn, bro.
And just to hear that, I'm like, cause I was like, oh, he'd be good with it. Like, that's
you heard about him getting stabbed in the heart. And you said he would be good.
Yeah, type shit. I thought he would.
Yeah.
I fucking.
Because you made it.
Yeah.
But do you know how hard it is to survive?
I was tired as fuck. I was so tired from that day. I was just like, I was mad trapping, but fuck, that shit was so fucking.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, I don't think there's a high survival rate for getting stabbed in the heart, bro. That's why your story.
I mean, it's weird though.
That's why this story.
My uncle's been stabbed in the heart. Both of my uncles. Oh no, one of them. I don't remember which one it was, but my dad was telling me a story.
But one of your uncles got stabbed in the heart and survived, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, that's like. That's really, really fucking rare, and that's really, really crazy coincidence. But I doubt the survival rate for getting stabbed in the heart is very high, bro. Like that's why your story is so interesting, because like there's not a lot of people that would be sitting here next to me right now on a podcast after getting stabbed in the heart. For reals, there isn't. You know, the fact that you survived that, but also what makes your story very interesting for me too is like all this stuff you're describing right now, like. You remember a lot of crazy shit, but also you felt and saw a lot of crazy things. Yeah,
and I haven't forgot it.
Yeah, you didn't forget anything. The fact that you can remember everything and you'd always describe it vividly, I'm like, damn, that's fucking crazy. Because I don't know, you never know until you're in that situation. But a lot of things you see in the movies and shit, you're like, is that even real? And then you think about like an afterlife, or you think about what we really are as like beings. You think about all that, and you're like. What are we really? You know, no one really knows the answer. Is there afterlife? I don't know. What's going on after? Is there even anything after? And then the fact that you're describing all this shit that's like, you kind of in the middle of death. It's like this is life and this is death, and then you were right here in the middle area, and you're still like there halfway. You're kind of stepping into death's door.
Tug of war.
Yeah, you were just standing there it's like this. You were just standing there in the middle. And you're just standing there for a couple hours, deciding which way you're gonna go, You know, whether you're gonna actually die or you're gonna stay alive. You're kind of standing in the middle for like a few hours. You pretty much stood in the middle of life and death. You're like in that middle area, whatever that area is, that little middle realm, and whatever you remember you saw, that's what you saw from that area, from that place.
Yeah.
Whatever place that is, but that's a place that makes you think about, okay, is afterlife real? Is this life that we live, is there more to it? What are we exactly? Are we really just a conscious that's sparked by little electrical signals in our brain telling us what to think and how to feel? Or is there more to this whole life thing that we got going on? You know what I mean? But that kind of experience makes you think about that.
That's why I opened my eyes. Crazy.
It's crazy, bro. Every time you tell me this shit, bro, I'm like, damn. That's why I'm telling you, everyone needs to hear this story, bro. But continue, because there's more, it gets more interesting. So like before you sorry for your loss, by the way. You know, before you start talking about was your brother-in-law?
Oh no, he's my cousin's brother. Yeah.
So it's your cousin.
But like I chilled with him like a couple times. It was mad cool. Yeah. But
it's pretty much your cousin. Your cousin's brother is your cousin.
Junior met that fool.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But, okay, so then what happened? So you went through your surgery, started watching them, or you didn't watch them, but they started taking you apart. And then what happened?
Yeah,
what do you remember after that?
I just fucking knocked the fuck out, and after that I started seeing like I don't know, like it felt like I was in clouds. Like around was a bunch of clouds, and there were seats, but from my memory and trying to remember how they look, it's black. Like their presents are all black now. It's fucking weird. It's so weird. Like I was just like it was like I was having a meeting whether I can go back or not. It was fucking weird. It was
really? You don't know who it was that was sitting there?
No one that was there, but I feel like my grandma Elia was there because after I got a surgery, there's this like tree we have outside that was hers, and it was all filled with flowers, white flowers. It was all filled all around. It was all white. It was crazy, but yeah, I feel like she was there, and because like one of my cousin Marina, she was like talking to my nana, and she started crying at Nora, my nana said, and she said that she seen my grandma's Elia's face in my nana, and I was like, damn, that's crazy, that's fucking wild. But yeah, after that, I started seeing like more shit. It was like I was sitting on this table, but this table was like, it looked like a fucking big ass glass table with like these like bars on it, and it was showing like different spaces. Like it was like one space was like a waiting room, another space was like me getting fucking operated on, and I was just like, I don't know, it was crazy. It looked like space on the third layer. That layer was on the outside of the.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and I seen myself right there, and there was somebody right there.
So you're in outer space, you said?
No, I wasn't in outer space.
Right.
I was. I felt like I was in these clouds. I was sitting around a bunch of clouds, and there was just this mirror, and inside the mirror was like little like stars around it, and then fucking, it was a waiting room with a bunch of people waiting, and then fucking, in the middle was somebody getting worked on. There was a body, and fools just working on him. It felt like you
saw all that.
Yeah, and then you know how like you see in movies how fools watch people get surgery.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
Yeah.
Felt like I was watching that. I felt like I was there, right there watching that shit. Yeah. And I told the homie, see, I was like, I seen my boy Brian fucking go and grab, like my mom and my sister were crying. He hugged them both, and I hit him up about that shit because that was the only thing I could explain, like ask somebody that wouldn't sound too fucking crazy. And I asked him, and that fool fucking looked at me like, the fuck, like how would you even know that? Type shit. And I was like, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Yeah. I'm like, yo, like
so that, bro, that gives me fucking chills. For real, bro. That's fucking, dude. That's crazy, bro. That's fucking insane, dude.
It is. That's what I say. Like,
you know what I mean? It makes you, dude. It makes me, because I'm a very like. You know me, bro.
Yeah, you don't believe in that shit.
Bro, I mean, I grew up around, I'm Mexican, bro. Like, my family's so superstitious. You know what I mean? Like, My mom is very superstitious. She thinks everyone's trying to do voodoo and shit on her. Like, I don't trust that bitch. She's a bruja.
She's a bruja.
Yeah, like, she thinks all that shit.
Crazy,
you know,
though.
And then my grandma was very religious, super Catholic, and believed in a lot of superstitions too, you know? Obviously, we're Mexican. We believe in a lot of that shit. But when I, like, started going to school and learning more about school and science and educating myself, then I learned there's a lot of the shit that we believe in, there's actually like a very like large majority of things can be proved by science or with experiments and things like that, theories, and it's like, okay, that shit explains that, or that's why this happened. And then there's just some things that you learn a lot of shit is faked. There's a lot of fakers out there. There's a lot of people that are just trying to get you to believe something for their own benefit. And you look at things that have happened in history
with you know. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, well, remember your thought, but things that have gone in history where people have, you know, used your superstition or people's spiritual beliefs for their own financial gain, you know. And a big one that I always remember, and I learned it a long time ago in school, but when the Roman Catholic Church would have these like ways for people to buy their way into heaven, you know, and they would the priest or the pope or whoever it was at the time, the religious leader at the time, would like say like, oh, you put in this amount of money or something like that, you can get, I can help you get into heaven. I've talked to God. I'm, you know, like I'm the closest thing to God because I'm through me, God speaks, you know, things like that. Yeah. It's just weird shit, and it's just
like those fucking those.
And it kind of just makes you not believe anything after that. You become it's easy to become more skeptical when you find fake shit.
When their history, you look back on their history, and you're like,
the history's skewed. It's a lot of the religious text and stuff is made or written by men, by people, by human beings. I could write something right now, and I could lie and put something fake.
I could say like,
you know,
like half of that shit is somewhat right, but like most of it's pretty much some bullshit. But
you're gonna offend a lot of religious Christian Catholic people, bro.
But
I think
there's
a
higher being. That's
I don't
what
think
I'm
it's
trying to
about
get to.
being like a real, like, I don't think it's supposed to be taken literal. I think they're really good stories that you can learn lessons from. That's why I see it. If you really just take it not literal, but look at the context of it, and you're like, okay, well, this one's teaching you not to be greedy, or this one teaches you to have faith in things, you know, like things like that. Okay, this one teaches you not to lie. If you really look at the story, this guy lied and look what happened to him, you know, things like that. That's what I always got out of it. Just stories. People take it too literal. But then when you hear a story like yours, and then you hear something like that, you know, where you saw something that you shouldn't have seen because you were dying or dead at that time, and the fact that you saw it, you couldn't possibly have seen it some way. You're not a psychic, but that kind of thing right there is like on some like spiritual, psychic, like super power, human, like next level type of thing. Like, that's something else. You know what I mean? And that kind of, these kind of stories. See, the thing is that makes me believe you. I mean, that makes me like feel this way is because I believe you. I actually know you. I'm friends with you. If it was some random person sitting here sitting next to me right now telling me this shit, I'd be like, you're full of shit.
You're full of shit,
I wouldn't believe them, bro. I wouldn't believe them because it's like I don't know them like that, and I don't know if they would lie to me or try to lie to get fame. To get fame and get people to like hear their story and like, oh shit.
You know, I'm not really about fame.
No, but it's not even about fame. It's just I just know you. Yeah. I just talk to you. I know how genuine you are. I know you don't really lie, and you like you wouldn't lie about something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
That's my story. Yeah. I
just trust you more when I hear you talk. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? That's crazy, bro. It's different when you know someone. I know you for a minute now. We kicked it, so it's like I believe you more. I know you've never lied about some weird shit like that before.
Now, yeah.
And you wouldn't benefit from lying from some weird shit like that with me. It's like
I'm
like,
truthful as fuck.
You know what I mean? But I can imagine someone who's like a guru, spiritual person comes in here and was like, yeah, you know, I would died, and then I found out I was Cleopatra last, like, and then you know, it's like, what the fuck? Okay, you're full of shit.
King Tut,
motherfucker. Yeah, you're bullshit. Maybe you were just hallucinating when you were dead.
Oh shit.
You know, or when you were dying, but. I could easily say that about you and what you saw, but then the fact that you said that your friend like confirmed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That your friend saw
yeah, he hugged both of them and shit.
Yeah,
like
you were sitting there watching that shit go down. That's so crazy. That's weird too. That's crazy to me, bro.
Yeah, all that shit. It's telling. This is like I even looked up videos after on YouTube about how like people that came back how hell looked, and they were just saying it was like a never-ending nightmare, like your worst nightmare, just never-ending.
See, when I hear stories like that, though, it just makes me think like, what if it's something that they create in their mind? Because that's all they know in their mind. Yeah. You ever heard about this, like this kind of phenomenon? Like, so people who believe in Catholicism or Christianity, when they have visions, they see Jesus or their depiction of God, right? Or the Virgin Mary, right? The Guadalupe. And people who are Buddhists, believe in Buddhism, when they have visions, they see Buddha. And people who are Hindu or Hindi, or believe in or practice Hinduism, they see like Shiva or someone like that, you know, one of their deities.
Well, I didn't see Jesus.
No, but what I'm saying is just like they're seeing something that they created in their head. That's what I'm saying. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? Like, so because that's all they know is Jesus and those kind of thoughts and those kind of things. Now they're seeing that. So imagine someone who doesn't believe in hell or any of that, the fiery wrath of hell, whatever. They probably wouldn't. Maybe they wouldn't see that in their unconscious mind because it's not in their unconscious mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. Like I feel like maybe you're creating this vision, or they're creating this in your head, or they're creating this projection. You know, these things because of what your spirituality is, and if it's strong and that's what you actually believe.
Yeah, that's why
your mind kind of creates it. It's kind of what you might see.
Yeah.
You know, but then what you saw is different. It's a little bit different because you actually saw something that happened in real life.
Yeah, like with me, like I seen shit. Like I said, I seen those people sitting around me. I feel like there were spirits sitting around me, like more than like Jesus. It probably was a higher source. Maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe that higher source was there. I don't know. It's hard for me like to explain what it was because I don't remember nothing. It was like
you remember, but it's not super clear. It's not super clear memory. But honestly, it's just all the shit you remember already.
Everything else, the backgrounds and stuff, that shit is crazy. I remember everything.
The backgrounds.
Yeah, just backgrounds of like when I was just going through the out of body experience, just seeing like everything happening.
The
like,
backgrounds. So
just backgrounds of like just flowing through everything. Like I said, like I felt like I was energy. I was just flowing.
Okay. You ever seen Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Remember when she slaps him in the head and he goes? Was it like that?
Yeah.
Really? It's like that?
Like low key, but I couldn't see myself or anything. But like, I
but
felt
you
like
just saw the whole
around,
surrounding area, like you're going through the universe
or
something.
like traveling through different spots. That was weird.
Damn.
You guys ain't gonna believe that shit.
No, I mean, I can't. Here's the thing: you can not believe it, but it's kind of like it's kind of like God, right? Or God, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the problem with science, right? You believe in science, you believe in things being proven through a scientific method, and one thing that you'll never hear or you shouldn't hear a scientist say is that God is not real, because a lot of scientists are base their things off of if you can prove it or not. And what most scientists would say is, I can't prove that God is real, but I can't prove he's not real either. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I can't prove what you're saying is real, but I can't prove it's not real either. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I just have to take it for what it is, as your story, and like really like, man, that's a crazy experience that you've experienced. I can't tell you that you didn't experience it, because even if it wasn't a real thing, if you created that in your head, then you did experience it. It's kind of like this, right? People do hallucinogens, and they have like a trip, and they have a crazy vision, and a lot of people that I hear, like, it awakens them. You know, they awaken, like they see crazy shit. Like, dang, like I really feel more connected to things. You know, something like that, right? But maybe a lot of the shit they see in that vision or during that whatever they're going through in their head, what if that's self-created through their own mind? You know, and maybe some of the things you see are self-created, or maybe they're not. Maybe it would really happen, but I don't know. I can't tell you what it was or what it wasn't. I can't tell you what it is or isn't, and if it was real or not. I can't. I just gotta hear your story go for what you say, and be like, damn, that's crazy that you actually saw that. And if it was real, then fucking that's even crazier.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't, then it's like, well, damn, it wasn't something real, but you experienced it.
Yeah.
It felt real to you. You know what I mean? But what gave me the chills was the idea that you saw your boy give your mom and your sister a hug, and they were crying and shit. It was like comforting them, and then you talked to him about it, and he actually like confirmed it. See, that's like, fuck, that shit's crazy, because I can't not say that wasn't real, man. If it actually happened, you know? Like, that's insane to me, you know?
Yeah. That shit was crazy as fuck. That whole experience was just wild. Even like coming out of it, like the last thing that I remember happening after all that, like with me seeing like the whole cloud experience, people sitting around me, someone like feeling like someone's guiding me, and like just seeing all that, just feeling it. I woke up in the surgery table. I guess like they lost my heartbeat like 3 times prior, and I just remember gasping for air, and I seen a light. I seen a fucking light in front of me, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, oh fuck, I'm dead. I was like,
what?
Oh,
wait, what?
Yeah, because I see the light. Because like they say, when you see the light, you're gone.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was like,
so you saw a light.
I saw a light, and I was like,
when you woke up, you saw
it?
a light.
Oh. Yeah, I seen the light. I seen the fucking light.
And you said that in your head too. So
I was like,
oh, fuck, I'm dead.
I'm fucking gone.
But isn't that kind of ironic? Because it was when you were actually alive that you thought you were dead.
Yeah. Well, the way I found out was the 4 surgeons popped out, and they're like, "You're good. You're gonna be okay. Just go back to sleep." Tap my head, and knocked the fuck out. Just knocked out quick. And then yeah, I just remember everything. I didn't experience nothing after that. I didn't see nothing. I just remember sleeping. And waking up, and they're saying my name, Victor, wake up, Victor, can you wake up for us? And I'm just like, fucking knocked the fuck out, wake up, I got this tube in my mouth, I got fucking tubes inside of me, I got all these like fucking muscle stimulators, I guess, and I have all that shit on me, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? And I look, and they're talking to me, and the whole time they're talking to me, they're saying, oh yeah, this and that happened to you, and I'm just hearing what the fuck's going on? I'm like, huh? I'm like, I can't even speak because I got something in my mouth, so I'm right there like, because I couldn't breathe on my own. And like, they did a test on me. They're all, Victor, can you move your hands for us? Can you close your fists? And the whole time I was trying to close them, it was just like slow, like very slow. I couldn't even operate my hand. It took me forever just to even like do this. Like it took gradually, like I can still remember like how it felt. And yeah, after that I was like, oh shit, the fuck. And they started like, after I started coming back to consciousness, they started telling me like, you got stabbed in the heart. And I was like, the heart? The fuck? Shouldn't I be dead? Like,
yeah.
Shouldn't I be
Yeah,
dead?
exactly.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, I guess whatever. Like, I don't know what the fuck to say about that. And they started calling me the miracle and shit. And I didn't feel nothing at the moment. I didn't feel shit. Like, everyone's coming in here preaching to me and shit. And people coming, my family coming from across the fucking world, and I haven't seen them like forever. And telling me stuff, and I haven't heard from them anymore. Like, that's the annoying thing. That's the annoying
bro,
thing.
but
like,
you gotta understand.
Yeah,
I
appreciate it though.
It's like you know, people are busy. People are doing their own thing. It's like I know, like, you probably aren't hitting up every single person that you know all the time either. No. You know, you got your own things going on. You know what I'm saying? And people, that's the thing you gotta realize. People can't be there for you all the time, but they will be there for you when you need them to be there for you. And that was a serious time, bro. They had to be there for you. If they weren't there for you, then you know who really don't give a fuck about you. That's what I'm saying. Like, whoever wasn't there when you were fucking dying, bro, they probably don't really give a fuck, bro.
Nah, I had a lot. The whole thing was filled. Like, there was a bunch of people there.
Yeah,
I was like,
because
oh shit.
dude, you almost died. Like, you could have been dead. That could have been the last time they would have ever saw you.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even have had
Even
a chance to say anything to
shit.
you before you died. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if you would have actually passed away. And they would have felt like shit. Like, damn, I didn't see him for this long, or I've been this far away. I haven't seen him in years. I didn't get to say anything to him. I didn't get to tell him I love him. I didn't get to tell him like or reflect on all the cool shit we did when we were kids together, or I remember him when he was a kid and I used to pinch his cheeks. Like, you know, like everyone that ever remembered you, had you experienced you in their life, that would have been it. They wouldn't have got a chance to say anything more to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt that. I was like, damn. Well, it was crazy. I was like, fuck. Everyone's coming to me and shit, crying to me. And the only one that made me feel a type of way, that made me fucking cry, was fucking crazy. I don't even think he went out that night because his mom was like, she had a bad feeling and he just stood on. Mommy Peru. Was Peru there? I don't think he was. Yeah, Peru wasn't there. This motherfucker came above me and started saying some shit and made me like, I don't know, I just felt it. I felt like how, I felt like the love and shit. I felt like his energy type way, and it just made me fucking just bust into tears. I was like, what the fuck did you fucking do? I was like, I wasn't crying for nobody. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, homies coming in trying to tell me like, oh yeah, you know, like trying to tell me shit about like what's gonna happen with those fools. I was like, man, I ain't even tripping about those fools. I'm alive, dog. Like,
yeah,
like, I ain't
at that point you just happy to be alive now, right?
Even the cops trying to say like, oh, this is a cruise shit, ATD, this and that. Well, man, I don't fucking do none of that shit. I don't even know who these motherfuckers are. Like, like I just barely met these fools at the party and we got down. And this fool fucking hit me like, trying to show me pictures of them. I don't know who these motherfuckers are. Yeah. And like, all these other motherfuckers wrote statements and shit. I'm like, I ran shit. You fools tried to say I was dead. Oh, while I was on the floor, my homie was holding me. My homie Aaron was holding my fucking wound.
You're talking about the cops, right?
The cop was like, he was like, get off that fool, he's already dead. And my homie was like, man, fuck you, my homie Aaron. And I was like, when he told me that, I was like, fuck these fools, like, the fuck, like, these fools are something else. It was crazy, bro, with that whole, like, that experience. Yeah,
that's true. So the cops were trying to write you off as dead already, and they weren't really going to help you.
Yeah, they weren't trying to help at all. So they were trying to help. I'm not even trying to diss them because the whole thing is going on with, like, everything, but, like,
that's why this whole thing is going on, because of shit like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I mean, in their mind is probably like, oh look, another fucking
motherfuckers,
another gangster dead, or whatever they thought you were.
Like that.
But that's the way they think. Like, oh, it's just another fucking little gangster kid, no but good for nothing, hoodlum.
Yeah, I was like, them. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's how they look at it. Excuse me.
That's how they think, bro. Like, yeah, whatever, you motherfuckers.
But yeah, fucking yeah, I remember that fool made me feel a type of way. I started fucking crying and shit, and I just remember I had to stay there for a week, and I was trying my hardest just to start walking around and shit. And yeah, it was just a whole crazy experience. I didn't want my dad there. I didn't want that fool there at all. I was fucking scared as fuck of that motherfucker. I don't remember if I got this tattoo before or after, because I remember like we were going through bad terms. We were on bad terms, and I told my mom not to tell
you didn't want him to be there?
I did not want that fool to be there. I didn't want that fool to find out at all.
You didn't think he'd care, like he'd be concerned? Like, you know,
yeah, we went through some tough times. I didn't think he would.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So it was like that.
Yeah, and I remember fucking going to sleep and waking up and looking to my right, and I was just like, oh shit. He's gonna be watching this shit like, motherfucker. But yeah, I just remember like, oh shit, he's here. Like, oh fuck, I told him not to tell this motherfucker. I was telling my mom and shit. My mom was, he was cussing my mom out there going through their own shit. And I was just like, damn, what the fuck? He was just being mad cool. He was like being mad chill. Yeah. And yeah, it was the fool's coming like every day. I was surprised. That motherfucker worked a lot.
See, that's the thing, bro. When you realize like death, like it's the ultimate reminder, bro. It's the ultimate like reminder that all our lives are so limited.
It's just
you know, and all the little petty bullshit means nothing. It means nothing. It really does, because when someone you fucking mad at, whatever, you got a little problem with, whatever, when they're fucking gone or when they're about to die, then you don't give a fuck anymore. Then you realize like, oh, fuck all the bullshit. I just want them here. Yeah. I don't care about anything anymore. You know, I want them right here next to me. I want them alive here. I want them to be still alive, or I want them to not be going through the pain or the bullshit that they're going through right now. You know what I mean? You could go through the worst argument with someone if you actually care about them. I mean, you could go through an argument with someone that you don't care about, and if they die, you probably not give a fuck. But I'm talking about people that you actually grew up with and love, and you actually
mean something.
They mean something to you, and then you go through like a terrible fight and argument, and you're like fuck them, and you're mad at them, and then something bad happens to them. That normally, usually, that should be something that like makes you realize that all this shit doesn't matter, and death and like. Those kinds of things, that's what they show, That's what it shows. It shows like, none of this shit matters, bro. At the end of the day, all that really matters is like, we need to be happy, we need to be there for each other, and we need to have love for each other, bro. Yeah. Like just love, bro.
Exactly.
Like it is. Really, dude. It really is the truth. Bro. Real love, man.
There's a lot of fake love out there. I was surprised, man. I showed love so many motherfuckers, and they just fucking. It's crazy. It's like fuck. Even with people that like were posting about me, like I didn't know half of these people. Even like the homies fucking girl, or the homie at the time, we were not really that cool anymore. But this would fucking did some shit where he broke her shit, and he said it was some other homie that was with us, and the only fool that was with him was me. Mm-hmm. So everyone started blaming me, everyone started pressing me and shit, and I was just like, what the fuck? I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that.
What? I don't know what you're.
Where I was going with that. I just talking blank, but I went blank after that.
But whatever, man. Like all I'm saying is, dude, what you went through is crazy. What you experienced, what you saw is crazy. So, in total during all that, you flatlined 4 times.
4 times.
So, technically, let's see. You were alive. You were alive. Mm-hmm. Then you got stabbed, then you died. That's 1 time. Mm-hmm. Then you came back to life. So that's 2 lives. You died. That's 2 flatlines. Then you were back alive again. Then you died again. That's 3 flatlines. Then you were back alive. Then you died again. That's 4 flatlines. Then you were back alive. You're on your 5th life, bro. This is your 5th life.
Motherfucking.
Your 5th chance at living, bro.
Died again.
Technically, you lived 5.
Bro, just imagine what them surgeons are going through, like trying to like
keep you alive, bro.
Fuck, they were probably going through some shit.
Yo, that's
like,
what
I still want to like shout out to them.
Dude,
like,
you should really look it up. Look them up.
I want to find out who did that shit.
And like doesn't have to be anything crazy, but like really fucking make a cake or something, or just buy something. No, but you doesn't have to be that. It just has to be a simple gesture, or stupid. Or like you hit them up and you ask them like, hey, like you don't remember me, but you guys saved my life.
Nah, I give those motherfuckers a hug and shit.
Give them a hug, but also like you tell them that, and then you're like, yo, like, can I pay for your dinner tonight or lunch, and let's just talk. And I'll take you, I'll pay for your lunch, whatever. We can go just chill and talk, and like really, because you guys gave me a second chance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying though, bro? That's it's amazing, bro. That's crazy. That's when you not realize, but you really understand how important like doctors and surgeons and all the people that are in the medical field, how much they change people's lives, bro, and how much people they save. Imagine that's an everyday thing for them, bro. What they did to you, that's like everyday thing. Like, we do this all the time, different forms, different ways. People are always coming in with critical injuries or dying on the verge of death, and we gotta save them. And it's like an instant. You know what I mean? Like, dude, that's that kind of job. You got to give a mad shout out and love to the medical workers, bro.
Yeah, they go through some shit. Even right now with this COVID shit, they're probably going through some shit. They're on the front lines, they've been on the front lines since the beginning of this whole shit, and they're out there risking everything and putting themselves right in the fucking way of the virus. Even though the virus is now proven to not be as deadly, but imagine if it was. Imagine if it was as deadly as Ebola, and they're out there just right in the front lines, fucking putting themselves at risk. Imagine if it was a super deadly virus and they're still out there fucking trying to help everybody. They would. Who else would do it? Like, they can't just give up.
That's why you gotta always give so much respect to the medical workers, man. But yeah, man. 4 flatlines. That's why we call it. That's why we call this guy Flatline. I named this guy Flatline for that reason, because we also he also breakdances. You're Bboy. You're Bboy. You're breaker.
That's what after that whole experience. That's what made me chase into like doing. I just wanted to become different. Like after that, like
for sure, like stay away from that life.
Maybe that's like where that question you asked me earlier, where you say what what do I want to do now with my second chance?
Well, I mean, I said second chance because it is like your second chance, but it's your fifth life, you know. What do you want to do with your fifth life? What do you want to do with your second chance at living, but your fifth life, really? It's like your fifth chance at living. 5 lives, bro. Bro, you only got 3 left or 4 left. How much do cats have?
Ain't no fishy. Ain't no fishy. No, Mataiga. But fuck, yeah, I want to inspire people. I want to I want to bring people up. If I make it far, like I just want to bring people up with me and just like be that support that I never had. Cause I never had support. I always like had to support myself. Like even with breaking, like fucking Junior taught me like 1 move and I came back with like 3 more. Which was tripping. Like what the fuck? And it's just like that's like what like that's why I wanted to become different because everything I was raised around, everyone was always the same.
Yeah.
Like in Pico, everyone was the same. Like everyone just like tagging this and that, like parties, like fucking drinking, Nas. It's just all the same shit every time. It's still like, look, like, I go to parties, I'm like, nothing different. I'm all fuck. But I don't like, you know, if my boys are there, I chill with those motherfuckers. Like, I appreciate everybody that's always showed me love. Like, cause, you know, like, the rotten forgotten. The fucking, yeah, it's fucking crazy how, like, everything works. Hold on, I went blank right now. Fucking what's outer space.
No, you're just talking about the things you want to do now with your you know, your second chance, you know. You want to inspire people.
Yeah, I want to guide them the right ways, like guide them into something that's not gonna like put them in harm or like something that's gonna motivate others, like maybe inspire them to inspire others.
You know what I was thinking we should do too, bro? You should use you got a crazy story and you have a great message, and also like you have the experience. You've been through this thing where there's very few other people out there in the world right now that have gone through something similar, and you should like kind of gather them or at least bring them all to light. You know what I mean? Find other people who've also passed, like died and came back, flatlined in different ways. You should bring them in. We should bring them in here and talk to them and interview them too. You know, we should talk to them about it and see what they've experienced and talk about what they saw when they passed away.
I'd be down with it.
You know, because you're like the perfect person the perfect ambassador for that, because you've already experienced that too.
Like that would alter my fucking vision though. Like I don't know, I wouldn't, because it's my own vision.
It's your own vision. Yeah. What do you mean? It's not gonna alter anything. But what it is going to show you, maybe they saw something similar to you, and you're going to be like, you can completely relate to them.
Yeah, I've been looking for videos like that.
Or maybe they saw something completely different, and you're like, damn, what you saw is crazy. Crazier than what I saw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sure that we could find people like that easily, and then maybe in the future we could have people like that here, talk to them and interview them, see what they went through and what caused them to go through that experience, you know?
Oh yeah. I finally remembered why I brought that shit up right now.
Okay.
Because alright, well the whole thing that went down, like is that fool's girl was hating me and shit. And then while this whole thing was going down, she was posting about me and stuff. And it just like, and then this fool finally admitted to her that like he was the one that did it to her. Like, he was the one that did all that shit, and I was just like, damn, fool, like, I would have fucking died in this. She would have hated me, but she couldn't hate me anymore. Like, but I didn't even do nothing. Like, I was like, this fool just ran out. Imagine that shit would just start running. I was like, fuck.
He broke his own girl's windshield?
Oh, it was her sister's windshield.
Damn, why'd he do that though? Is he mad at her?
Yeah, the fool just
it was mad at her.
An angry motherfucker.
Did he blame it on you?
Yeah, like it just like it landed on me, and fools were pressing me and shit. Like the older homies that I thought like were cool as fuck were pressing me. I was like, what the fuck? I was pressing the homie Eric, like fool motherfuckers are pressing me for that shit.
Fucking like, douche, yo. You took his blame, bro. That should have been his blame.
Fucking motherfucker.
Fucking. So you would have died. And then she would have thought you did that. Like, what a fucking scumbag. Like,
that ain't him though. He's dead. Oh, damn.
You didn't break my fucking windshield.
Oh, that fucking bastard. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like, back to what I was saying before though. Yeah, you break. And then, every b-boy has a name. You know, you got a nickname and shit. You know, some hip hop shit.
Yeah, that name fucking sang to me though when you said it. I was like,
because I was like, you flatline 4 times. Like, well, fuck, flatline, dude. Why not? Because you did. That's exactly what you are. That's what happened to you. And right now you're living off your fifth chance, your fourth flatline, your fifth chance of life after the flatline. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was perfect for you. And since then, what you got? You're really involved in hip hop. That's one thing I like about you too. It's like, there's a lot of b-boys, a lot of people that are involved in hip hop, but they're not really
lasers.
Yeah, they're not really hip hop though. You know what I mean? To me, you're real hip hop because you do all 4 elements. There's some people that are b-boys that just break, and then there's some people that just DJ. And there's some people that just tag. Like, the elements are very segregated. You know what I mean? But every once in a while, there's a few guys that kind of fuck around in all the elements or different elements. You know? And then there's like, maybe some guys will do all 4 elements. You know? Like, there's this guy I met in Russia when I was out there. He took care of me. Field 1. That fool does everything. He's a real hip-hop head, bro. He'll wake up at 6 a.m., go fucking digging, go find records. Because he DJs. He has fucking tag. He took us on the trains in Russia, going to mid-city in Russia, to Moscow. And on the train, he would be like, point out, like, oh, that's mine right there. And it'd be a sick-ass fucking piece on the wall. Boom, just a bomb just blown up. Oh, that's mine. And then, oh, mine, yeah, and like two more stops. So my piece is coming. And then he would show us, like, oh, there it is right there, it's coming. And there's just another piece on the wall. So he's a sick-ass fucking writer, you know, sick-ass writer, graffiti artist. He's a fucking DJ. And then he breaks too, you know what I mean? And he was pretty good at breaking too. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's involved in all the elements. To me, that's a real hip hop.
That's what bugs me, because I love graph, yo. I love paint. And like with the whole graffiti thing, like fuck, I want to go back up there. Like, I just want to I want to kill that shit, but it's just like the fucking hassle of that shit is so fucking whack.
I think for me, out of all 4 elements, like, the most misunderstood element is graph. Yeah, because it's like not widely accepted for sure, because it's like you're writing on other people's businesses and shit, and then the type of things, like, I think out of all of them, the most risky one is that one. You know, you have a higher chance of getting arrested,
what it leads into,
getting fined and getting into trouble, and then especially like, depending on where you're tagging and shit, there might be some gang taggers that get mad at you, fuck you up. And then there's tagger crews and they fuck each other up. And then there's heaven spots and fools be hanging from fucking rails and tagging. And taggers are, fucking graffiti artists are fucking crazy, bro. Like, I know a couple of guys that are into that, real into that. Bro, that's a crazy lifestyle.
Yeah, that is.
It's a crazy lifestyle, you know. But mad respect to them. That's hip hop, you know.
That shit's fucking lit, yo.
But yeah, that's one thing I like about you though, is you do all 4 elements. You fuck around your equipment. You make music. You rap. You write too. You write, and then you break, and you're getting better at all 4 elements. But you do all 4, and I respect that a lot. To me, you're a real hip hop head, bro.
Yeah.
Even if you're not the fucking world champion, best b-boy, or fucking best DJ in the world, or some bullshit, like, fuck all that. At the end of the day, what this whole movement that we're in is hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't about competitions and being the best. I mean, it is obviously about being the best, because that's where the battle comes from.
Creativity.
But it was also about just fucking jamming, the energy, being involved, fucking just setting off this energy, expressing yourself in different forms of expression, right? You know, okay, I feel like fucking writing some sick ass shit on the wall right now. Just bam, like, this is how I feel right now, you know, boom, putting a message. Okay, now I feel like just moving. I'm bugging out right now because the music is moving me. All right, now I feel like making people bug out. I just want to make some sick ass music. Like, it's about expression, all different ways.
Express yourself,
and you embody that in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? So, to me, you're a real hip hop head, bro. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man, for real.
I love that shit. Hip hop like really saved my life. That's how I felt. That's what made me always chase like this type of shit. Even watching like with Junior, like long time, like that's how we met through Junior. And Fucking
yeah, shout out to Junebug.
Yeah, Junebug.
Star Scream, Star Killer.
Junebug, Tree Slug.
Yeah, that's how we met though. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my nigga. That's my brother. That fucker. Yeah, I remember always watching him break and shit, talking about these jams and this and that. I didn't believe him. I was like, nah, that shit's like, I always think it was dead. Like, I was like, that shit ain't still alive. Like, I don't see no one breaking. Like, no one breaks in Pico.
I think I remember the first event you went to.
Yeah, I recorded you guys.
Yeah, you recorded. This was when we fucking got second place at World of Dance.
Yeah.
And that was the first time Rob entered with us.
Damn, Jimmy always gives it.
Second place the next, like a few months later.
That shit was sick, Rob, when he fucking did that head.
He burned the shit out of that guy. But yeah, that was like, I remember you being there. That was when we first started kind of like getting better, you know. And yeah, we got second place. We made it far at that event, and that was your first time going. And then you saw the energy, right?
Yeah.
Like when Rob killed it, and everyone's screaming and going crazy, or we're blowing it up, and we're battling these fools, and people are doing crazy moves and tricks, and then the whole atmosphere, the whole fucking. What I liked about World of Dance back then is they had this whole big ass fucking warehouse packed, and it was just all not for breaking, but for dancing. The whole thing was just a big ass like dance amusement park. You know, you remember that, dude? Yeah. It was fucking ill, bro.
Yeah, I was talking to Machine right there. I didn't even know who the fuck Machine was. Junior came up to me, yo, you're talking to Machine? That was a legend. I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, I don't know who the fuck that is. So I didn't care at the moment. But until I got into breaking and I started watching Machine, I was like, yo, that was fucking nasty. And like, I didn't even remember I was talking to him. Like, I forgot I think he was asking me about breaking. He's like, what's up, you break or what? Like, see what you got. Fucking, I'm like, nah, I don't break. I'm fucking just coming here, I don't know, like, fucking seeing what's up with it. I think he remember telling me, like, yo, you didn't get into this. Change your life.
Damn, he really told you that? Machine told you that?
I felt like, I don't know, that was probably like something I remember, but like, it was a long ass time ago. It was like, what year was that?
That was 2011, bro.
2011. Yeah, because I was wearing that jersey.
Yeah, I mean, that's dope. Shout out to Machine. That's like what a real OG should be doing. Too. You know what I mean? That's kind of like their jobs, like, or our jobs is older generations. I'm not saying I'm an older generation, but I'm saying is like there's probably gonna be young kids, younger than me for sure, looking up or trying to get into it. Our job is to inspire them or to push them towards it. Hey, keep doing it. This shit will change your life. Or yo, you can do this shit too, and you know you can really fucking become somebody in this shit. You know what I mean? And I don't know, just encourage people.
Yeah.
Why not? You know.
I want to bring my cousins over here to get these motherfuckers into it.
Yeah, bring them, bro. I'll teach them some shit, bro. We'll fucking get them going, bro. But yeah, man. I mean, your story, everything's dope, and you haven't. Fuck, bro. You have an inspiring story. Like,
shit's crazy. Remember we were talking about that on that podcast thing we were doing?
What?
And that girl like popped up on her off her story. Like, remember it was your boss, and then that girl, she's like, dude, I'm sorry to interrupt everybody, but I just had to tell you. Remember we were fucking.
Yeah. You're talking about not the podcast. You're talking about the online performance.
Yeah, the performance.
We did an online music festival. Yeah, and we performed for them online. And which they're gonna be involved in the virtual burn, which is like Burning Man but online, and they're calling it the virtual burn because it's not officially Burning Man because Burning Man is not gonna be live anymore because of COVID. But yeah, I remember bringing you on there, and I told them your story, and then they thought that was crazy.
Yeah, and then they didn't get the full like thing. I remember we had to like be quick about it.
Yeah, because we don't have time to tell the whole story, but. Just the gist of it. Man, if they knew the whole story, fuck.
Yeah, I trip out like when everyone hears it and how they like react to it. Cause I'm like,
dude, that shit is.
It took me a minute to actually feel it, like actually feel what it felt, to like feel myself not be here. I had to picture myself not here. How everything would have been. And like half my homies would have been locked up. My mom would have been like depressed as fuck. I don't know. I just put myself in different perspectives all the time.
Yeah. So. You kind of have, I know, it's not to sound cocky, but it's like you have more appreciation over yourself.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Because, like, people kind of feel, like, depressed sometimes and like, man, why am I here? No one even cares about me, whatever. Yeah. But then maybe that's good for you. Maybe you kind of realize, like, man, people kind of need me. I need to be here for something. You have a reason, a purpose. Mm-hmm. It's good. Everyone needs a reason and a purpose, though. If you don't have a reason and purpose in life, then you kind of, that's what causes people to hurt themselves, you know, or kill themselves and commit suicide and things like that,
Yeah.
because they just don't feel like they have a real purpose, you know.
Yeah.
For a reason. So
But this whole thing, like with the whole thing of me getting stabbed, and if I ever feel like that, I always tell myself, motherfucker, you almost fucking died and you feeling like this, you stupid bitch.
That's good. I'm glad you have that conscience, bro.
Yeah,
you should
I'm
never have those thoughts, bro.
Yeah, but that's what that conscience got me the backflip. That fucking saving, like, because I was like, yo, if I ever get in there, I'm fucking just throwing that shit, because I fucking could have died and I could have never got this shit before. If I would have died, I would have never had this chance. That's what, like, everything I've, like, been through, that's why, like, I just live my way, like, regardless, like, fucking, and, it's just, like, in a positive situation, like, as much as, like, aggressive I may be inside a little bit, but fuck it, yeah, I just try to, like, be as, like, in a positive nature and just be goofy as fuck. I don't give a fuck what people say about me, like, yo, this motherfucker's goofy, fucking a clown and shit. I'm like, I'd rather be that than be fucking trying to be hard and just be like trying to prove myself.
It's just fake.
I'd rather be fucking just like
it's like
happy.
A fake persona, and it's like people put up this this act or this person that they try to be, but it's like when really just fuck all that, just be happy. And if making jokes and laughing makes you happy, then fucking make jokes and laughing. And if you want to fucking listen to some corny music sometimes, then listen to some corny ass music. But if it makes it happy, it makes it happy.
The baby that no one ever was. Oh, that shit's lit.
Yeah, man. So like that's another thing that people need to know is like you're on your way on your journey to becoming a Pokemon master.
Yo, add me. Don't forget to add me whoever's watching this.
Put your trainer code, but it's really long and you don't
trainer code is click this link right
here. Oh, trainer code right there. This is fucking good.
Click this link.
You're gonna edit that shit?
Oh, we can do that.
You're gonna edit it.
I'm down. It should be lit. That'll be fucking dope.
Alright, so then a couple more questions before you go. Now that everyone knows your story, and everyone, if you want to follow this guy in his journey, you know, to getting more involved in hip hop and getting better at breaking and fitness and accomplishing whatever else he wants to accomplish in life, which he'll probably tell you in a couple seconds.
Follow me by Victus.
Yeah, what do they have to follow you for? How do they follow you, or how do they
Victus guy at gmail.com. No, I'm just kidding.
No, what's your
my Instagram goes by FLATLINE808.
Yeah.
And
no, what else do you have?
That's all I got.
You need to get more shit, bro.
I don't want to go on Facebook.
You need to get a YouTube channel. I've been telling you, bro. You have those vlogs, the fucking.
Yo, I can make videos, yo.
Vic's Wacky Adventures.
Oh, Vic's Wild and Wacky Adventures. You catch me on that shit.
Yeah, you need to make a YouTube channel, bro. I'm gonna help you make that shit. But you need to get a YouTube channel.
Make a logo and shit.
You need to get a Patreon account, a Twitter account, or fucking. Well, I don't know about Twitter. I heard it's toxic. I heard it's not worth it. So no Twitter. But yeah, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, all that shit. You need to get
Tinder.
Get on that.
But less nagging, more gagging.
So. Yeah, but for now, just follow him at FLATLINE808.
Yeah, FLATLINE808.
Follow him at FLATLINE808.
And MDC, we have our own. We're gonna be having our own website, so that link will be over there pretty soon. So if you want to follow that.
He also is getting involved in a entertainment group called Modern Day Caveman MDC, and it's with him and a couple other.
Yep.
I'm jumping on board with it because I support everything these guys do, and we got a couple other artists that I'm gonna have on here pretty soon too, that all have crazy dope stories, but also are out. Their hearts set out. They're on a mission, and they plan to accomplish a lot and do a lot, and they're on their way. And this is just the first step. So they're gonna be having the Modern Day Caveman, and I'll also be hosting that podcast as well. So we gotta talk about that and figure all that out. But we're gonna have interesting people on it.
Yep.
Man, you got a lot going on. What before we go, also, like, what else? What are some of the plans you have for yourself for the future and things that you want to accomplish before we go, so people know something to look forward to?
I just want to master my craft, get more into my mechanics, just work on my body, like learn about the way the body works. I just want to learn about life, learn about things I don't know, like. Just like you're gonna see me doing a lot of crazy shit. You're gonna follow my fucking what's that called with the The vlog or
vlogs?
Yeah, if you follow my vlogs, gonna be some crazy shit. Like I'm gonna be doing some crazy shit. I'm gonna be jumping off airplanes. I'm gonna be fucking. I really am. I'm gonna be going surfing. I'm gonna do all that shit. That shit's gonna be crazy. Like my music's gonna be crazy. Everything's gonna be awesome. 2020 coronavirus.
Well, I look forward to seeing all that, bro.
Yeah.
And it's been great. Love your story, man. And yo, I look forward to seeing you accomplish a lot more in life. And hopefully we have another interview like this, and you've already accomplished even more, and we could talk about that too. You know. But for now, just keep on inspiring people. Keep telling your story, bro. Always tell your story, because it's people need to hear it. Because there's some people in life, they haven't been through much, and they feel like you know their life is bad, or they have the short end of the stick. And you know, like maybe this kind of story will make them realize, like, man, I'm lucky, or I'm happy to be alive, or lucky to be alive, and lucky to have a second chance at life, or lucky to even have a first chance at life. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, just keep telling your story. You can inspire people, even people who've also gone through something similar to you. And if they hear your story, like, damn, I went through something similar, and
Like, try to reach out.
You know, my life kind of fell apart after or something. You could be like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. You know what I mean? You could change it. You could be something more. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to end with that first life. It doesn't have to end after that. You know, when you get this next chance, you take it and you go full out with it.
Yep.
I love how you said that about the backflip too, or learning all this shit you've been learning lately, because you tell yourself, man, I'm given a second chance here. Like, I might as well fucking go all out.
Yep.
I already almost died. Might as well fucking. What am I scared of?
Yep. Like, what's the point?
That's fucking crazy to me, bro. Hearing that shit's inspiring, bro. For real. That's fucking dope, dude. For real, man. That's sick as fuck.
Yeah, it's like, even though like I'm whack, I want to keep going and going until I perfect it.
Yeah, man. Just keep it up, bro. I look forward to everything.
Right.
Got mad love for you, bro. And peace out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
They be plotting on me. They be plotting on me. Yeah. They be plotting on me.